What's up, trainers? I'm Sean. Welcome to the channel, your new go-to spot for everything Pokemon. Today I have a very fun deck for you all. That's Misty's Gyarados. I had so much fun playing this deck that I had to create it online and let you all see it. This is not a deck, as a disclaimer, that I feel is meta or could get a lot of championship points for any type of competitive play. But if you're looking for what I believe is a great time at the Pokemon TCG and having the opportunity to do that with one of the original trainers in the anime, look no further than this deck. So relax, grab some popcorn, and enjoy. Okay, guys, for the deck list, we have one copy of Misty's Lapras. We rarely use this card. However, if we're fortunate enough to lead with it in the beginning of the game, we can use for one energy attachment, Swim Together, where I search my deck for up to 3 Misty's Pokemon, reveal them, put them into my hand, and shuffle the deck. 4 copies of Misty's Magikarp. With the ability So Submerge, as long as the Pokemon is on the bench, I prevent all damage from and effects of attacks from my opponent's Pokemon done to Misty's Magikarp. So you can feel safe and secure in the early game that your Magikarp is going to be protected unless it gets Monkey Doried. If your opponent has a way to put damage on itself in the first 2 turns and swing damage, then you're not protected from Monkey Dories from the Misty's Magikarp ability. So beware of that. 4 copies of Misty's Gyarados. The whole deck revolves around the Splashing Panic attack. It's a single prizer, stage 1 Pokemon, falls for Magikarp, and for 1 water energy attachment, you discard the top 7 cards of your deck, and the attack does 70 damage for each Misty's Pokemon discarded that way. So you could do upwards of 490 damage for this Splashing Panic attack. You're one-shotting everything in the game. This attack is what makes this deck so much fun. Now, you're probably wondering at this point, well, how in the world do I guarantee that I get a Misty's Pokemon at the top of my deck? It's because of Misty's Psyduck. So I guess Psyduck isn't useless after all, because with his ability Flustered Leap, once during your turn, if the Pokemon is on the bench, you can discard 1 card at the bottom of your deck and then put the Misty Psyduck that's on your bench on top of your deck. Okay? One thing I will say be cautious of is make sure that you do this directly before you attack, because most cards in the game, whether it's an item card or whether it's a supporter card that allows you to go back in the deck, 9.5 times out of 10 you have to shuffle your deck after you make that action. So you don't want to make the mistake of throwing the Misty Psyduck on top of the deck, and then you have to use a Nest Ball, for example, or something. That's going to force you to shuffle those decks up. It defeats the purpose. 4 copies of Misty Staryu. This is just a Pokemon to put in the deck so Gyarados can swing for damage. It does come in handy sometimes. You don't have another Pokemon, you have the energy attachment, use Bubble Beam, you get lucky, you hit heads, and you paralyze your opponent and do 20 damage. Buys you an extra turn so you can top deck something amazing. Misty Starmie. I do use Misty Starmie more than I would like to admit. With the attack Abrupt Flash, you do 80 additional damage on top of the baseline 60 if you evolved into Starmie that turn. So you're doing 140 damage. This is for, unfortunately, you don't get the Magikarp, you don't get the Gyarados out in play. You can do something. You can put damage on the board. Here we're running 4 copies of Buddy-Buddy Poffin. We are running 3 copies of Night Stretcher. We're running 3 copies of the Pokégear so we can ensure that we get our stadiums. Running 4 copies of Sacred Ash so that way we can get our Pokemon that was in the discard pile, shuffle it right back into our deck. We're running 2 copies of Super Rod. We're running 2 copies of Ultra Ball. We're running 3 copies of Academy of Night. This stadium is perfect for this deck. Once during each player's turn, the player can take a card from their hand and put it on top of the deck. That's another way we could take those Staryu, those Starmie, additional Gyarados and Magikarp that we're not using, and we could put them on top of the deck, further guaranteeing a way for us to swing for the damage necessary. 1 copy of Ciphermaniac's Codebreaking. Here you can search your deck for 2 cards, shuffle your deck, and put those cards on top in any order. And this card has saved me a couple of times. Just again, being able to guarantee that I have 2 cards I can put on top of my deck right now is impeccable. So I only won 1 copy of it, but it has come in clutch in later games a lot, and you might be able to see that once we get into the gameplay. 4 copies of Hassel. You're gonna get your single prize Pokemon gonna get knocked out a lot. So once you're knocked out, you can look at the top 8 cards of your deck, pick up any 3, put it in your hand, and shuffle the rest back in the deck. It's a great supporter for this deck, I believe, underutilized supporter. We are going to run 2 copies of Lana's Aid, where you put any 3 combination of Pokemon that don't have a rule box and basic energy from your discard into your hand. That's essentially all of our Pokemon. We don't run any EX Pokemon in this deck. And then so being able to get the Pokemon and put in our hand along with the basic energy attachment that we need is crucial. So this is a really nice supporter for this deck. Running 4 copies of Professor's Research. Sometimes the deck, it breaks. It does break. So being able to get rid of those cards that are not serving us during that time is impeccable. The A-Spec of choice here, there's a lot of different A-Specs you could choose. I personally went with Legacy Energy. Why? Because your opponent has to respond to the Gyarados. They have to answer to it. So if they end up attacking it and they don't take a prize card for it, that's an additional turn for us to go and swing for more damage. There is a possibility, a strong possibility, that we end up discarding this card from Gyarados or something else. It's really a gamble. Because of that, I will start looking into other A-Specs to see if I see anything that's a little bit more guaranteed. However, right now, I went with Legacy Energy. I would really appreciate some feedback in the comment section. What A-Spec you feel is better suited for this deck, and please, if you don't mind, leave an explanation as to why. I'm very curious what you would run in order to make this deck function efficiently. And then 6 copies of Water Energy. I wouldn't be opposed to running more. I just chose 6 because there's a possibility that I can attack with Gyarados up to 6 times, and he only needs 1 energy attachment. You're not really doing any other attacks. There are times where you have the Badoo active, and you can attach to the Psyduck, and you can knock it out for 30. Those are hit and miss, but we're usually only using 1 attack, again, at Splashing Panic, and so we don't need many energy in this deck. But that's the list. We're going to get into some gameplay, and we're going to see how Misty's Gyarados does on the ladder. Alright, so we're going to start with Magikarp versus a Charizard type of a deck. Let's see what we end up getting. I'm going to have to Professor's Research here. We can get a fresh hand. We're going to Buddy-Buddy Poffin some more Magikarps down, solidify that. We're going to put another Psyduck down. Here, I do not mind using this Academy of Night here to put another Professor's Research on the top of the deck. And I'm going to pass my turn. Okay, so our opponent takes an easy prize card here. That's okay. We're gonna lead with the Magikarp with the energy on it, and we should use Hassel here. what we want, we're gonna look at the top 8 cards of our deck, and we have to get 3 of them and put them in our hand. We really want a Gyarados, and it looks like we're gonna get that, and then a Night Stretcher to get the other Gyarados will also be good, and then an Energy. So right now we're in a really good spot. We're gonna do Gyarados here. We're gonna Night Stretcher for the other Gyarados. Put that down. It's here. And we will use Splashing Panic because we only need 1 Misty's Pokemon in there. We get 2, so we get that knocked out. That's great. We get the prize card, and it's the Legacy Energy, so that's really good. We're in a really good spot with that. Gonna Iono here. That's unfortunate because we really want to keep that Legacy Energy and play it or discard it on accident. Okay. So use the Ho-Oh. That's fine. Okay, so we will use Academy of Night to put the Staryu on top. We're going to Night Stretcher a Magikarp. We don't necessarily need the Night Stretcher or Energy, but we will. Just so we can guarantee that we have it. Energies are harder to come by in this deck with only 6. And then we will use Flashing Panic. We know we have the Staryu to guarantee us, and we actually discarded a lot more than that. 560 damage. Because we're hitting for weakness. Okay, another Psyduck. We love to see that. Okay, he's going to use Boss's Orders on a Psyduck. Okay. Alright, so what we would love to do here is we're actually kind of in a pickle because we don't have an energy attachment for turn. So that's not ideal. So we're going to put those 5 Pokemon back in the deck. And then we're going to pass. So we really need an energy here. Okay, we don't get it here, so we're going to pass. You know what, that's one thing I will keep in mind moving forward. Using that Night Stretcher to get the energy wasn't necessary. To put energy on the Magikarp wasn't necessary. So moving forward, I will also consider not putting down my energies prematurely without a purpose in mind. Oh, guys, I might have messed up here, huh? This Pokemon is on your bench. Okay, I was gonna see if I know I can send this to the deck, but that's only if it's on the bench. So can't retreat Psyduck if it's in the active spot, but I can if it's on the bench. So yeah, we're just looking for that. We're just looking for that energy. looking for that one energy. If I'm my opponent, I'm wondering how I'm trying to go about getting a win with the setup currently the way that it is. Okay, he's got an Ultra Ball here. For Pheasantipity. Interesting. I guess he's accepted the fact that this Pokemon is going to get knocked out. Oh my. Okay, so he does knock out the Psyduck. We will lead with this. And what I do like about this, we're gonna use Hassel, we're gonna get another Psyduck, we're gonna get a Legacy Energy, and we're going to get another energy here. What I like about this is just using this one Psyduck and using Academy at night to put the Staryu on top of the deck guarantees me the amount I need, because I am hitting for weakness. Okay, and we get Lana's aid here. Let's see how many Psyducks I have in the discard. I have 2. Okay. So I know a lot of my Pokemon were sent to the bottom of the deck, so that does make me kind of nervous. However, if I Buddy-Buddy Poffin and fail to Buddy-Buddy Poffin, just shuffle up the deck real good, I, in theory, should increase my chances of getting the additional Misty's Pokemon that I need in order to knock out this Pheasantipity. Oh, that's not good. That was a Lapras. So we need one more Misty's Pokemon. We know we're gonna get 2 off top. Oh, we have way more than enough at 350, and that's GG's. Misty Gyarados. Maybe I do want to go second with this deck. Alright, we're going to lead with the Psyduck. Okay, so we have a pretty decent hand. Oh, looks like we're going up against Dingo. This could be interesting. Interesting little matchup. There's just so many ways to run Dingo that I've seen that I'm kind of curious of how he decides that he's gonna run his. Okay, we're gonna put the Psyduck down. We're gonna use Buddy-Buddy Poffin. We're gonna get these two Magikarps down. We're gonna use Buddy-Buddy Poffin again to get a Psyduck and a Magikarp. We are going to put an energy on the Magikarp in the back, and then we will pass to my opponent. Okay, so he's going to decide to knock out the Psyduck, and that's fine. We will lead with the Magikarp with the energy. We need 4. We're going to attach this water energy to this Magikarp here. We're going to use Hassel, and we're going to get 1 Gyarados. We're going to get a Staryu, and we will get a Professor's Research. We're going to evolve the Gyarados here. We're going to use Academy at Night, put that down. We're going to get a Night Stretcher on the Psyduck that we have, because we need 4 Misty's Pokemon. I think we get that here to 3 with the Misty Psyduck, and then we're going to use the Academy of Night here to put the Staryu on top, and then we're going to use the Splashing Panic to get all of those Misty's Pokemon to work for us, doing well over the necessary damage to one-shot our opponent. GG's to him. We get an opportunity to go second here. And we do get that opportunity. Okay, this is pretty good. So we are going to lead with the Staryu. We're gonna put the Magikarp down. We're gonna put the Psyduck down. This is a pretty good start. It has Latios. It's a nice looking Latios. What deck are they running? Hopefully it's not Jolted Box, because our opponent being able to hit for weakness is not going to be a good thing. It's not going to be a good time for us. Ethan's Ho-Oh. This is new. Okay. I like this. Good for us that we hit for weakness in this situation. Oh, excuse me. So we are going to attach to the Magikarp. We're going to use the Pokégear. See what we get here. We get Lana's Aid. Not ideal. Not ideal for us, but we'll take it. We're just gonna pass the turn over to our opponent. Another nest ball. Immune. Now that I think about it, this is actually pretty good for us because Staryu with the Abrupt Flash will do exactly 280 damage, which will knock out that Ho-Oh over there. So that works. Okay. So that knocked us out. We're gonna put down the Magikarp. Okay. We're gonna evolve the Magikarp into the Gyarados. We're going to use Night Stretcher to bring this Staryu back. We're going to use Psyduck's ability. Oh, this is working out really well for us, actually. And then we're going to use Splashing Panic, and hopefully we get an additional Misty's Pokemon in 7 to knock it out. We do get way more than enough. Ethan's Ho-Oh is out of here. Okay, our opponent promotes another Ethan's Ho-Oh, 280. We're fine with that. Professor's Research. Yeah, they had to get a lot of energy in play. Okay. I'm gonna use Lava Burst. That's fair. I'll promote the Staryu. Oh, I like that. And we're gonna use Lana's Aid, so that way we can get everything that we need situated. And put down the Magikarp. We're gonna evolve that Staryu right there and the Starmie. Attach return. Use that Abrupt Flash. 280. Get another prize card. The Academy of Days. Okay, let's get on my opponent here. Okay, Team Rockets watch out. I don't think that stadium is going to have any effect on us whatsoever. Yeah. Okay. Okay, they're starting to cook now. They're starting to cook. Okay. Okay, Prime catching a Magikarp. Again, that's very much so fair. Alright, and we're going to promote the Staryu so we can get for high damage here. So we're going to put down our Magikarps. We're gonna put the Academy down, and then we're gonna use Hassel here. Oh yeah, we're in a really good spot. We're gonna get Professor's Research, we're gonna get a Buddy-Buddy Poffin, we're gonna get an Energy. We're gonna use our Buddy-Buddy Poffin for the Psyducks. We're going to evolve the Starmie, put the energy down, and then, oh, opponent conceded. I find it, do not take this deck to your local event because I can't guarantee that you're going to get any wins with it. But after playing a few of these games, I'm like, you know what? You could very easily might be able to sneak in maybe one or two. You know, you catch some people off guard with this. It's definitely a fun way to get some championship points for sure. But one thing's for sure, you can guarantee that no one's gonna see this coming. No one's gonna see this deck's coming. Like, I'm nobody. Uh-oh, we have a Team Rocket's coughing. Okay. Now this is more of what I want to see. I want to see these decks that no one's really thinking about come forward. Okay, we're gonna attach and pass. Let's see what happens here. Oh no. Yeah, if our opponent just attacks us here and doesn't put anything on the bench, we win. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Staryu out. And we're gonna evolve the Gyarados. Evolve the Starmie. Night Stretcher the energy we need. For the energy. Attach. Use Hassel to get a Hassel, a Legacy Energy, and a Night Stretcher. And use a Abrupt Flash. A second. We're gonna leave with a Staryu, put Psyduck on the bench. So I'm going to use Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Two Magikarps. Put down. Use Professor's Research. Put down to the Psyduck. Use the Bubble Bee, hopefully we get hit up. We do, so we're gonna parallel it. Alright, we'll put the Gyarados down. We're gonna use Ultra Ball on Sacred Ash and Staryu. Get another Gyarados. We're gonna put that down. We're gonna put this in, and then we're gonna use Bubble Beam. Card. A Hassel, that's not bad. Okay, we're gonna get the Zoroark here. Alright, so we need 4 Psyduck on the bench in order to guarantee us a 280. I'll put down Academy at Night. I will this is tough. I don't know how to approach this. I mean, I have the Hassel. So I'll just use the Hassel and see what I get here. I don't get anything that I need per se. Here, I'll put this down. I will put that down and I'll put this this down. I guess I will use the Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball to use to away for another Psyduck. So I guess I do get my 280 that I need to go to work here. We're gonna put the Psyduck down. We're gonna use the Academy of Night to put Misty Staryu on top of the deck. We're gonna use Psyduck number 1. Psyduck number 2. Psyduck number 3. And that is going to get us the 280 we need guaranteed to knock out this Zoraki X. Actually got more than enough on that one. I'm curious to see how my opponent's gonna approach it. Okay. Alright, so he has a Darman 10 that does what exactly? 90 damage to both. I guess that's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna use Night Joker to put 90 damage on both. That's fine. Okay. So we're gonna use Magikarp. If we get a Lana's 8 off this Pokégear, we're in a really good spot. I don't need the Hassel there. The Sacred Ash is going to be good. All those back in there. Professor Research. Hopefully you get like one in there. Oh, you didn't. That's unfortunate. We do get a Magikarp and a Misty Psyduck though. So it appears that do we have a Starmie in the... No, we don't. That's not gonna go over well. Yeah, that's just really unfortunate for us. Because he's gonna get 2 prize cards off of using the Starman 10. That's really unfortunate for us. How many energy do we have? Oh, we have 2. I can use Lana's 8 and get partially back into a good space. I would still need 4 Misty's Pokemon though to no, I wouldn't, because Darmanitan 10 is just 140. I can knock him out with ease. I guess I will gamble though, because I need this to be at least. So we have a Gyarados here, we have a Psyduck here, and we have the energy. Okay. So we're gonna do Psyduck, we're gonna do Gyarados. We're going to put that down. We're gonna put that down just in case of emergency, break open glass. We need to hit at least one Misty's Pokemon. I will gamble with that. One of these has to be a Misty. Okay, dang. Several Misty's Pokemon on that one. Okay, and we get the Legacy Energy. Perfect. So we're in a really, 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 really good spot right now. As long as we don't get Iono here, I think we're oh. Oh, we get Iono. Oh my gosh. Oh no, you know what? We might be able to. Oh my god. Oh, we might be cooked. We might be cooked. Oh, that was the one card I did not need him to grab there. Oh my gosh, what are the chances? What are the chances? I had game in hand if he didn't mess with it. Oh my goodness. Does he have enough though? I'm curious. Does he have enough to, because this does 170, right? So that's not enough to knock out the Gyarados. Yeah, it's not enough. So, quite, I mean, if I have, where did the two, oh, the Defiance Band, that's where it came from. Okay. All right. Okay, so we get the Water Energy. We're in a good spot. This is risking it for the biscuit, so we need the Psyduck. We use a Night Stretcher to get the Psyduck. And then we need the Super Rod. 3 Misty's Pokemon back in there. So let's do that. Those two. And then let's do the Lapras. Okay, so we have 3. That's 210. We just need to do one more. One more Misty's Pokemon. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Then we're gonna use it again. That's really not good. That's not good. Okay, another Misty's Psyduck. Okay. So we just need one more Misty's Pokemon in addition to what we just put on top of the deck, and we get it. GG's. And that's Misty's Gyarados. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing it. If you're new to the channel, consider liking and subscribing. I want you all to comment down below what other fun decks do you want to see me play. Until next time, guys, I'm out.